Let's talk about conditional statements. A condition is a statement that tells a program what to do and when one or more expression evaluates to true or false. Conditional statements are usually used with conditional logic. Logic like 10 is greater than 4, which equates to true. 200 is lesser than 400, which is true. 20 is greater than 50, which is false. So these are logic expressions that evaluates to true or false. Now there are three types of conditional statement. We have if statement, we have if else statement, we have nested statement also. To run a conditional statement, you type if, say 40 is greater than 30, which is true. So if it is true, it's going to work. So if it is true, print that is true. If you look at it in the output here, it shows that is true. And this is because 40 is greater than 30. If I say 40 is greater than 130, it's not going to show anything because this print is dependent on this being true. So because it's not true, it's not going to show you a result. Let's remove this and put in another code. Now look at this code. I have a product, I have a variable that has the string this product is a good one. Now it's going to check if there is the word check in product, then print out this. From what you have here, it's not going to print out anything because check is not in product. But if I change this to good, it's going to print out this. This product is good. Go ahead and purchase. So because the word good is in product. From the example we gave, you would notice if we put what is not in here, what is not in product is not going to print out anything. So this is where we need the else statement. Else means if you can print out this, if this condition is not met, then what is the alternative? Or if the condition fails, what is the alternative? That's where you put in the else statement. Else means if the condition is not met. So that will be print I can't guarantee. So let's change this to good. Now good is in here. Because good is in this place, it's going to print out this product is good. Go ahead and purchase. That is if good in product. This is product. If good exists in product, then print out this. But if, say, I put bad or something else that doesn't exist there, it's going to print out this. This is the alternative if this fails. So you see it says I can't guarantee. Let's try another one, or let's just use the first example we tried. 40 is less than 130. You see, that's a true statement. It's going to give you that is true. But if I say 40 is greater than 130, that statement is not true. That's the alternate answer will be, when you say else, you're actually saying, tell me what should I print if the statement is false. So look at this. If the statement is true, print this. If the statement is false, print this. You can actually do like this. It's going to do the same thing for you, because that is what 40 greater than 130 does. If you also do true, it's going to return this. If true, so it evaluates this expression, 40 greater than 130. So it looks, it's 40 greater than 130. That is false. Then it prints out the false statement. 40 lesser than 130, that's true. Then it's going to print out this, that's true. Let's do a more real world example where we get in the first name and the last name of a student and the age of the student. Now, your code will test to see if the student if the student is greater than 18 years old or equals to 18 years old, then he's going to print out welcome is going to welcome the student. And if the student is not, let's say they all coming into a party, if the student is less than 18, is going to say we don't take underage, and is going to ask you to come back in the number of years that it remains for you to clock the age 18. This is combining all the things we did in the first instance. So I'm going to start by typing first name. I want to take in the first name input. So I'm going to say enter your first name. Put a column and a space so that there will be some space between the entry. I'm going to say last name. The variable for last name will be coming from the keyboard, which is enter your last name. And then the last one will be your age. I'm going to say input, enter your age. Age is supposed to be a number, so we have to cast it using the integer function. The integer function will make age an integer instead of a string, which is the default. So I will say if age is greater or equals to 18. Now this is testing age. If age is greater than or equals to 18, then print. That means you can come into the party. So welcome. You remember, I'm going to use the format. Welcome. The placeholder for the formats. You need to go back to the string tutorial to remember this. If you didn't get that, you can check my other videos on string. So I'm going to be put in the format that is it's going to write out welcome first name and last name. So I'm going to put in the first name and last name here. First name, comma, last name. And then if you are not 18, then it's going to print out sorry. I want to take in the first name and last I'm going to put a placeholder there. That placeholder, the 0 and the second placeholder is to mean that's where I'm going to put the first name and last name. So I'll say sorry, we don't take underage. Come back in that's going to be another variable, a placeholder for a variable. Yes, time. Now you need to look at this code again so you understand what it means. So I'm now going to put a format. The first variable there is first name. Then the second is last name. Look at it. The first, this is 0, this is 1. So it's going to do sorry 0 and 1, whatever you put in. Say Emmanuel Bakari, it will say sorry Emmanuel Bakari, we don't take underage. Come back in. Now how does it know the number of I only entered, maybe I entered 16. How does it know to put to calculate minus 18 from 16? The third parameter will now be the age 18. That means you can actually put an expression in your format. 18 minus the age I entered. Whatever age I entered. Now this code will evaluate when I am in the 18 years range. And if I am not, this is going to evaluate. Basically, it's saying if this statement is true, run this. If this statement is false, then do this. So let's give it a try. I'm going to click, and it's asking me, oh, it already showed true somewhere. I guess maybe there is a code there that has a true somewhere here. I didn't comment that out. So let me just do that. So let's go back to our code. Right here is asking me enter your first name. So I'm going to say Emmanuel. It says the code moves down to this second one, waiting for me to input my last name. I'll say Bakare. Age, I'm going to say 34. If I enter right now, it's going to evaluate this code because 34 is greater than age, which is 34 that I just entered, is greater than 18. Is going to evaluate and print out this. So let's see what happens. You can see it says welcome. These two placeholder, the first name and the last name that I entered. Welcome, Emmanuel Bakare. Let me clear the screen. I just typed TLS to clear the screen. And let's try it again. Let's do it again. And I'm trying to run it again. And this time, I'm gonna put in Emmanuel Bakare and say Emmanuel Bakare is just 12 years. When I enter, it says sorry, Emmanuel Bakare, we do not take underage. Come back in placeholder years time. But you see, it says come back in 6 years time. How did he get that? If you come to the end here, this is the first placeholder, Emmanuel Bakare. Come back in 18 minus 12 that I added. So 18 minus 12 will be 6. So that's why it has 6 right here. You just take some time to look at this code. They are not really hard. And, it's just to wrap your head around some of the things that we have learned over the time and see how you can write your code.